Okay, hello, my family. We're back together again for our Bach time to read. Yes, got the iced latte. Finally starting to adjust a little bit to the temperature here. It's very humid and about 30, so it takes a little adjustment, but then the body adjusts to it. You need to lose some weight, I think, basically. I need to feel more comfortable here, so I've lost a little weight. Okay, coffee on the table. So I had a wonderful comment. Let's get into that on this last one, 967, before we get into 968. The comment was about measure number 4. It's this D minor. It goes like, wow, that sounds loud today. So the idea was that this B here, I'm playing so loud, that B, let's play real quick. B, that B right there in the D minor is a foreshadow of that B in the next chord. So this B is foreshadowing this B that's right here. So let's try it again. Why am I concentrating here? Don't look at my hands. Okay. That's that thing of sight reading. You really can't look at your hands, you know. So let's try this again. The idea of the contributor, thank you so much for contributing your comment. The idea was that that B is foreshadowing the next chord, and then similarly, there's a C right after that that foreshadows the next chord. So in this D minor, the B foreshadows the B of this, what's an E dominant. So let's listen to that again. Now this C is pulling us into. So what I wanted to, you know what I wanted to say about this actually? I wanted to say something about anticipation. We're talking about in a human emotion. We're not talking about music theory. The music theory is only interesting in the context of human emotions. Here, what we call oral or sound-based emotions, and this emotion is anticipation. Now, anticipation is like when you think about something coming, like something dangerous is going to happen, or oh, something good, or something unknown. Oh, I want to see, am I going to be accepted into this university? Oh, I have such anticipation. So that's the general human consciousness that we're discussing. And in this case, the anticipation specifically is about the next chord. So let's just say we're going from this chord to this chord. Let's just say to this chord. Let's just do a really, not what Bach wrote, but let's make it really simple. Just like we're going from this chord, D minor, to this chord. Okay? And what Bach did, instead of just making this chord, he did it like this. So, yes, and yes. We feel, as the contributor commented, we feel we're being pulled into the next chord, or the anticipation of the next chord. So again, from this B and another B right there. So the first B in the D minor, and then the octave up, B, we're getting pulled into the dominant, yes. And what's really, when we're really listening to Bach, there can be 2 or 3 of these kind of anticipations, futures, emotional journeys being outlined. 1, 2, 3, like different sort of sliding layers, and one of them might end up going kind of where you anticipated, or not, or it could turn. So this is just a wonderful discussion, you know, and I wanted to mention that I don't think this is a discussion about discovery. This is a more discussion about affirmation, just affirming what we're already experiencing. So anybody that doesn't know any music theory will have the same emotion or similar related emotion just by listening to the music and, basically feeling what's happening. Yeah, so the music theory, what we're talking about now, about actually sort of discussing the notes, this is just an affirmation of what someone would feel in full form without any of this breakdown. But for those of us who are trying to read the music and sort of take it apart and understand how did this happen, that we got all those emotions, it's interesting to know that. So, and just to try to put this in a nutshell, so what we're talking about is that this, first of all, this B is bringing us to this chord, so this is bringing us to here, and then this C is bringing us to this one, the A minor. Then again, the B is bringing us back to, like that. Now the D to the D major. So he keeps bringing us around, sort of pulling us from one chord to another. Okay? And then after that D major, that we get another B. Okay? But that's enough of that. Now let's just say, guess what? Endless complexity. We just sort of affirmed a sort of contrived little piece of emotional energy. But guess what? It gets to be endlessly complex. There will be 3, 4. It's not just that there'll be 3 or 4 different sort of directions, but any one of those directions won't necessarily go to completion. So it'll be like completed to a degree that is also analog. So I mean, it's not like digital, completed, not completed. It's partially completed. Like, what's as an example? Like you'd be talking about like this. Oops. I wanted to say if we're in E dominant, why doesn't that work? What am I doing wrong? E dominant. Oh, got it. A minor. I don't know why I was thinking B, but basically. Okay, but what if you didn't get all the way there? What if you went to, you get my point. I don't want to try to compose music here, but you get the point. What I'm saying is that there can be all kinds of different degrees of resolution, and going to where you kind of 100% wanted to go or predicted to go, 50%, 75%. That's what I meant. It can be just so complex at that point. So, and there's no need to quantify that complexity exactly, but it can be interesting. Okay, so now we have BWV. We learned Bach Werk für Zeichnis, BWV 968. This is that, I remember this piece. This is that really strange piece of music that's for a violin. It's called Adagio aus der Sonata number 3 for violin solo. So you can tell it's not exactly piano music, but I remember this, and I have to see what is that note there. Is that a G? It's that note way down in the bass clef that's like, well, it's let's see, if you went a fifth below the E, you'd be at A, so this would be a G. So it's like this G, I guess, down here, and this G all the way down here, really. I remember this. Okay, so it goes like, let's try and do it without looking at our hands. That'll be the interesting part. So it goes. Okay, no looking at the hands. Now. Oh, wait, let me see what key we're in. We're in G. Okay, so that was all correct. Okay. Then we got. Then That's a F. I think it's an A, yeah? A, C sharp. And then the C is still sharp, so the F is natural. Then E sharp, are you sure? E sharp and F, but that's the same note. So now I have E sharp and, oh, it's F sharp, okay. Okay. Oof. Not really? Okay. No. Almost. Okay. Boy, this is hard to read, isn't it? So this was like A down here. And it's a G sharp. And instead of the D. Jeez, okay, 2 more pages. This hopefully won't be so difficult. Let's see. Oops. Is that a D flat or C flat? I think you're saying C flat. This is and that's F natural. And that's F sharp? No, natural. F? No, this is still F natural. Oops. What's the F sharp? C natural. That should have been a D to D, so what did I do wrong there? Let's try it again. So this was. I see. Is that right? Okay, F sharp again, so let's try that again. Oof, what is that? Sorry. Is it? Okay, and that note is the G. And then the D and the F and the A. F sharp, and the B flat. Or F sharp. And that's like D. Okay, so that was really, really hard for me to play. Win some, you lose some in the sight reading game. Okay, so now we're into G minor, a more playable piece. This is called the Andante in G minor, BWV 969. D sharp. E flat. Mosquito. A little relief after that first one. Okay. Okay, so here's BWV 970, and this is a D minor minuet for William Friedemann Bach. So that's Bach's son. And this is 970, another short one. Then the Italienisches Concert, which is a long piece. See if we have energy for that. Okay, so this piece goes like. And that's up here, right? Yeah. Now, what is this? Now, what notes are in the right places? 1, E, and a no. Is that right? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. Is it? Oh, it's in 3, 4. Okay, let's try it like that. 1 E and 2 That is. Okay. Say that again. So, that is. Then that's E natural, and so. Then. B flat. Is that right? Yeah. No, that's the D minor. Okay, let's play that measure again. Then that's an A though. A little slower. Okay. that G sharp? Yeah, it was, I think. That's right. That's right. Now B flat. Okay, and we have a de capo sin al, so that would be probably where we have to go back and finish one part. Probably the very beginning. Yeah. It's for the sight readers so that you can have a second chance to play it. That's that. We already figured that out. So that's it. Oh, that's the G sharp. Try it again. Okay. And the end of this piece is. Boy, Bach is really beating me up today. But you know, that's just how it goes. Okay, so let's play some of this Italianist concert just to boost the mood here. And this is a long piece as I recall. Let's see. BWV 971 in F major. So this goes on to. We're really torturing ourselves a little bit here, playing with the mosquitoes and the this hardest to read, printed version. It's all that I could bring with me here to Laos, so it's hard to read. But yeah, it's 21 pages. So let's definitely play some of this here. See if we could play it with some love and good energy. Let's see what happens. So this is in 2/4, B major, 1 flat, F major, 1 flat, B flat, F major. Okay. How's that go? Okay, let's just play that beginning part again. It's a little tricky with the rhythm. Boy, you really just want to play it, get it right, don't you? Okay, let's play one more time. Ooh, these mosquitoes just tearing me up. But you do want to hear this rhythm here. It's nice how he did it. So it's. Yeah. E natural. E natural. Let's play that section again. It's pretty. So it's supposed to be. Still messed up that note. Let's see if we can at least keep hitting this correct C at the bottom here. It's supposed to be this note here. Still can't see it on the camera. That note right there. Okay. It's supposed to be hitting that note over and over. So let's try to get it. So it started here, and then we come down to there. So okay. Come. That's no. This one. Yes, good. Good. That time I looked. Okay, let's play a little bit more. let's end it right there. We'll remember measure 138. Just it was a rough day because a lot of different reasons, but playing that first violin piece is just like killed me, right? It's got jumps on the left hand that I can't do, so I don't even know what note this is. It's so low on the bass clef, but it's basically, I know it's one up from the F that's way down there, so it's like the G. So it's the G and then going to, and it's in the key of G major, so it's like G and then, how can I even do that? So G and then, yeah. G. So I'd have to work on that. That's another thing with sight reading. No, there. So if I look at it, I can do it. So that's something with sight reading where there is some technique that I could work on other than just doing the reading, which is something like trying to get those kind of jumps so I can do it without looking. No, right there, and there, and there, and there. That's doing it without looking, right? Just sort of feeling a little bit. So, and then it goes like, and that's one thing I'm just like concentrating on that, but what if I was playing the right hand and I'm trying to look forwards in the notes, I'll totally screw it up, those kind of jumps. I can't even do it when that's all I'm concentrating on. So it screwed it all up, it's kind of painful. I'm also, I have this like 2 weeks of vacation in Laos, which I'm doing now, and then I have 2 weeks of working from here, and so I'm just kind of trying to adjust to everything. So there you go. I wish you all a wonderful evening, and thanks for suffering through this with me. And we'll start the Italianist concert and measure 138 where we left off right here next.